So I was talking to a friend, a new friend actually, a coach, a heart-centered, a heart-centered coach, a coach who teaches heart-centered entrepreneurs how to add however much money to their coaching business. Anyways, interestingly enough, he has been wrestling and finding his way back to Christianity. After, I believe he was born Protestant, became Catholic, and then became an atheist, and now is finding his way back through the Bible. And so he said that he became Catholic, and once becoming Catholic, he was promised that his faith was rational, that you could use your faculty of reason to reason out the faith, that they go hand in hand. And so, when he tried to do this and realized he couldn't, he threw the whole thing, the whole project away and became an atheist, right? And now he's back doing a similar thing, trying to answer these, his mind is crazy. He's got a degree in philosophy, right? So he's just too smart for his own good. And he's got all these questions that are impossible to answer, that will never satisfy the intellect. That doesn't mean that Christianity is irrational. I would say that it means Christianity is supra-rational, beyond rationality. Otherwise, what will we need faith for? Right? So, this is a problem that we try to explain the mystery. As soon as we try to explain the mystery, we start to kill it. I was just listening to somebody talk about transubstantiation versus in the real presence and these types of things. And it started to bring up the feeling of doubt in me, right? So, the mystery is the mystery. It's to be experienced. Look around you. How could you expect to explain everything, especially the nature of God, of divinity, of theology? Now it's interesting because it was ultimately an experience that brought me to Christianity. And with that experience came a word. The word was coherence. I had never actually sat down and looked at my worldview and tried to see if it was coherent. Now, where I stand, that's such an important thing, to have a coherent worldview. I would never thought about that before, or actually had discussions about that before. And coming from the New Age, let's say, psychedelics and Western esotericism, Buddhism, this whole, the New Age essentially is something like whatever works for you, right? All paths lead to the same kind of a universalism, ecumenism. And so in that worldview, coherence is it's not expected. It's not a problem if you don't have it. I was talking to a friend, educated, super educated guy, psychologist, believes in objective truth. And then when we got down to it, he was basically like, paganism Christianity, who's to say? There's no difference. All concepts are equally valid to point to God. If God can't be encapsulated by a concept, then essentially have your choice. If you like this image, then have at it. He hasn't sat down and looked at the evolution of religious thought, the difference between worshiping something created versus the uncreated, the doctrines of Christianity versus Buddhism, just none of this. Most people just do not take it to that place, or they have too much of one and not enough of the other, right? Too much mystery, too much and not enough rationality, or over rationality and not enough mystery. So that's my thought for today, that we must avoid trying to explain everything, and at the same time, we need coherence in our worldview. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Peace.